Megan, I need to be honest with you. From now on, if you'd like to come over and visit, you need to let me know in advance. Preferably a day or so, but at the very least, you could give me a few hours' notice. But at any rate, inviting yourself over suddenly like you did today needs to stop.
Wow, somebody's grumpy today. We're family, aren't we? It's not like I'm making an appointment to see a doctor or something. Like, seriously, who makes their family members make a reservation to come and visit them?
I do. It doesn't have anything to do with being family or not. It's just common decency. Not to mention, you're aware that I'm pregnant right now. My morning sickness has been absolutely terrible lately. When you came by the house, I was in bed, which was where I'd been all morning. When I woke up, I was so dizzy and nauseous that I laid right back down. I didn't even have a chance to get dressed or clean the house. Everything was a mess.
What? So you didn't have your makeup on and your room was a little cluttered? That's no big deal.
To you, maybe, but it is a big deal to me. I'm telling you, Megan, I don't mind you coming over to visit, but the next time you want to come over, you must let me know before you come. If you don't, then I'm afraid I'm just not going to let you in.
What?
I don't want to have to be this strict with you, but this has happened too many times now. I don't have any other choice.
Just who do you think you are, anyway? You need a serious attitude adjustment. I went out of my way to come and visit you, and this is the thanks I get? I figured you were probably having a pretty hard time of things. This is your first pregnancy, and Keith has been out of town on business for the last few weeks. And he's not even going to be back until after your due date, right?
Well, yeah, but you mean you've been coming over because you were worried about me?
Yeah? What did I literally just say? Of course I was worried about you. You're welcome, by the way. I doubt that there are many people kind enough to go and visit their pregnant sister-in-law like I am.
Okay, well, I'm grateful that you would be so thoughtful of me. But my point stands, Megan. From now on, please call or text me ahead of time so I'll know that you're coming. It's not like I'm home all the time anyway. I've got doctor's appointments to go to, shopping to do. I'd hate for you to come all the way out here just for me to be out of the house.
I don't get it. What's the big deal about that? If you're not home, I'll just let myself in and chill until you get back. I'm not going to waste my phone's battery life texting you when I don't need to.
Are you really going to disregard everything I just said to you now?
Yep. So anyway, I'll see you again soon, Mary.
When will you see me again?
Whenever I damn well feel like it.
Don't worry, even though you're an ungrateful little brat, I'll still take good care of you just like I always have.
That's what a big sister-in-law does.
Megan, you came by my house again today, didn't you? I just got home and I noticed that some of the food in our refrigerator was missing.
Well, what was I supposed to do? You weren't there when I got to your house, and I wasn't going to wait outside on a day as hot as today. So I took the spare key I got from Keith and let myself in.
Wait a second, Keith gave you a spare key to our house?
I haven't heard anything about that. When did this happen? A little while before he went on his business trip.
Okay, well, I guess I'll have to talk to Keith about that. But what about the food? Did you take anything out of the fridge?
I figured that since I was never going to get as much as a simple thank you out of you, I might as well get some kind of reward for my kindness. So I started looking around for whatever looked good, and when I opened the fridge, wow, did I ever find it.
Yeah, you can say that again. You took the pack of A5 Wagyu beef that my parents sent me. I was planning on having that for dinner tonight.
Aw, what's the matter, Mary? Are you upset that I took your precious steaks? Well then, I guess you should have come home sooner.
Don't tell me you forgot the conversation that we just had a few weeks ago. I was very clear when I told you that you need to call me first before you come. Why won't you listen to me? And not only did you come over without permission, this time you even took food from my fridge? What is wrong with you?
Oh, right. One more thing. I'd really appreciate it if you could take care of the garbage I left behind. You know, the stuff that was sitting on your front porch. Don't tell me you missed it.
How could I miss it? I couldn't walk in my front door without moving it all out of the way.
My garbage day was today, and I completely forgot to put it down by the road. And our garbage day was yesterday. They're not going to come by again for another week. What am I supposed to do with all this stuff until then? I don't know. Put it in your dumpster? This much stuff won't fit in my dumpster. Okay, then buy another dumpster or something. I don't believe this. Believe it or not, it's your problem now. I'll see you again soon, Mary. Keith, we need to talk. I can't deal with this anymore. You need to do something about your sister right now.
How many times do I have to tell you, Mary? Do not text me while I'm at work. Whatever problem you're having right now, it can wait until after I clock out.
No, it can't. This is urgent. Why did you have to go and give Megan a spare key to our house? You should have talked to me about that first, because I would have said no.
First of all, I own the house. I can give a key to anyone I want. I don't need your permission. Second, what's wrong with Megan having a key? This way she can come over to help you out anytime you need her to.
Help me? She's not helping me do anything. She's causing me nothing but trouble. She's been coming over uninvited nearly every single day for the last few weeks without someone just texting me to let me know. I've lost track of how many times I've told her to stop, and she just won't listen. I'm at my wit's end over here. I know it's going to be an awkward conversation for you, but you need to talk to her. Tell her to stop coming to our house.
For the love of God, Mary, this is why you bothered me at work? Exactly what is wrong with my sister coming over to visit you?
Why doesn't anybody listen to me? It's not just that she's visiting. I want her to call before she comes. Is that so much to ask?
Are you really gonna force a family member to make an appointment before she comes to visit, like you're a doctor or something?
She used the exact same excuse. Family or not, she needs to call me first. Do you know what she did today? She came while I wasn't home and let herself in with the key you gave her. She even helped herself to the food in our fridge.
For real, why are you getting so upset about this? The pregnancy hormones must be getting to your brain or something. She's not doing anything wrong.
Yes, she is. There's a specific term for taking someone's things without permission, Keith. Theft. Not to mention trespassing.
Okay, you need to calm down right now. I do not like the way you're talking about my sister. She comes to visit you out of the kindness of her heart, and you're calling her a criminal?
If she had even a single ounce of kindness in her, wouldn't she be kind enough to call me first? I don't get why this is so hard for you to understand.
Oh, trust me, I understand everything. I understand that you just don't want anyone to know what a sloppy housekeeper you are. Don't blame my sister for your inability to keep the house presentable.
Excuse me? Just what is that supposed to mean?
I told you, Mary, I know everything. Megan told me that you've been doing nothing but laying around in bed all day. You aren't cleaning anything, you aren't doing the laundry, you're not washing the dishes, and you're using being pregnant as an excuse. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. If you can't even keep the house clean while pregnant, what makes you think you're going to be able to do it after the kid is born? So stop making excuses, get out of bed, and do your only job. At the very least, you should keep the house clean enough so that it's not a problem for Megan to come over whenever she wants.
You think I'm just slacking off or something? It's not like I want to be in bed all day. I have told you before how awful my morning sickness is. I'm doing the very best that I can right now, but without you here to help me, there are limits to what I'm able to do. It's honestly pretty hurtful that you would think I'm just being lazy.
The truth hurts, huh? Megan told me all about your stupid morning sickness, too. She said that morning sickness isn't even that bad. It's just an excuse that pregnant women use when they don't feel like doing the housework. I'll bet you thought you were going to have a really easy time of things while I was away. You were planning on just sitting around eating ice cream and watching sappy romance movies, weren't you? Yeah, if I were you, I wouldn't want anyone coming over and seeing me like that either.
That's not true, and you know better than to talk to me like that. At least you should know better, anyway.
I wish I weren't this sick all the time. I'd love nothing more than to be up and around getting things ready for once the baby is born. But even in my condition, I've been able to put most of the baby's room together, and I still manage to run the laundry once a week. So I don't really want to hear any complaints from you. You have never done one single thing to help me since I've been pregnant, even before you went on your business trip.
Uh-oh, looks like I struck a nerve. That one stung, huh? You should learn to control that temper of yours, Mary. Getting angry isn't good for the baby.
Why do you think I'm angry, Keith? That's it, I'm done with this conversation. If this is the way you're gonna be, then fine. I'm gonna go and stay with my parents for a while.
You what?
If Megan walks in unannounced on me one more time, I think I'm going to have an aneurysm. But no matter how much I tell her or you about how much it's bothering me, neither of you understand. And now you're trying to tell me how bad my morning sickness is? Please. I'm going somewhere where I can relax and won't have to deal with you two. So tell Megan that there's no point in her coming by the house anymore because I won't be there.
Don't you dare go to your parents' house. I am your husband and I say you are staying home. You're just mad because your cover got blown. If you can't be lazy at home, you're gonna go be lazy somewhere else. Is that what this is? Is this what you're gonna do once the kid is born? Shove all the work onto me and your parents? Mary, I'm talking to you. Answer me. Mary!
Hey there, Mary. I wanted to let you know I just dropped off 5 peppy little kids off at your house. I need to ask you to look after them until tomorrow morning, okay?
What the 5 kids? But I thought you only had 1 kid.
Well, yeah, but it's not just him. I dropped 4 of his friends off with him. So yeah, we were planning on having a big sleepover tonight at my house, but I have the worst luck. Something really important just came up, and I need someone to take care of them for me. I knew that you have absolutely nothing else to do, so I thought you'd be the perfect woman for the job.
Even if I wanted to have all of those kids stay at my house tonight, which, believe me, I don't. Unfortunately for you, I can't. I'm just about to head out the door, actually.
What? Why?
Because I'm heading over to my parents' house, and just so you know, I'll be staying with them for the foreseeable future.
Aw, that's too bad. I guess you'll just have to call up your parents and tell them you're not coming after all. Besides, why are you even going there in the first place?
I have my reasons. But if you must know, the biggest one is that it's getting harder for me to get up and around with as big as my belly is getting. With Keith away on business, I would feel more comfortable having someone else nearby to help me out.
If you want help, I'm right here, aren't I? I'm all the help you could ever ask for.
Megan, I would never ask for your help, not in a million years.
Why not?
Again, I have my reasons.
Like what? Give me one. Be specific.
I don't need your help because I can always rely on my mom for assistance and advice.
But your mom is, 3 decades removed from giving birth? I bet she's forgotten all about it. I, on the other hand, have much more recent experience. So go ahead and tell your parents that you're staying here after all, okay? If there's anything you need, don't hesitate to ask me.
Okay, I guess you're not going to take the hint then. Fine, the reason I'm going to stay with my folks is you.
Me?
Yes, you! You've been barging into my home uninvited and unannounced at all hours of the day and night. You used the key my idiot husband gave you to let yourself in and help yourself to all of my food. And now you're trying to use me as an overnight babysitting service? I am sick and tired of you, Megan. That's why I'm leaving, to get as far away from you as I can.
I have been nothing but generous to you. I know you must be lonely with your husband away. I was just trying to keep you company. And how are you going to eat all that food by yourself? It would have spoiled and gone to waste if I didn't take some of it off your hands for you. As for the kids, this is an incredible opportunity for you. Not many people can get this kind of hands-on experience taking care of kids before having their own. If you could make it through tonight, there is nothing you can't handle.
That is the absolute worst series of excuses I have ever heard.
They're not excuses. I'm being for real. Trial builds character. I'm doing my best to help you become a better mom, so don't think for a second that I'm gonna let you run away and hide at your parents' house. You desperately need to be whipped into shape, and that's why I brought all these kids here. This is gonna be the best 24-hour training program you could ever hope for. Think about it. Cooking for 5 kids, giving them all baths, and putting them all to bed. Like it or not, you're doing this for me.
No, I think I'll pass.
You don't have a say in the matter. You are not going to your parents' house, and that is final.
Actually, I am, and I just locked the front door, so I suggest you come back and pick those kids up as soon as possible.
What?
They're all just sitting around on our front lawn, and today is another scorcher. You'd better get down here before they start to get dehydrated.
Wait, I don't believe this. Are you really intending to abandon all 5 of those kids on your front porch?
If I may be so bold, you were the one who abandoned them on my front porch, not me. I'll thank you to not blame me for your boneheaded decisions.
But that's not how this was supposed to work. I just asked you to take care of those kids for me. That means they're your responsibility. The ball's in your court now.
You did not ask me to take care of them. You dropped them off at my house and demanded I take care of them. I have no responsibility at all to look after them. You didn't pass the ball to me. You just set it down in the middle of the court. Now, if you'll excuse me, I am just about to get in the car.
You must be totally out of your mind. Don't you get what's going on right now? You have 5 kids at your house who need someone to take care of them. And that someone is you. How can you even think about driving off in this situation?
It's easy, really. All I have to do is think of how great it's going to be to finally get rid of you and your toxic insensitivity.
That's so exciting, it almost makes me completely forget that I've been sick to my stomach since this morning. Then, what about the kids? What are you going to do about them?
Nothing. The plan was originally for them to spend the night at your house, wasn't it? So just have the sleepover at your house. Problem solved.
But I told you, something really important came up, and the kids are at your house right now. They're on your property. That means they're your responsibility.
Wow, you sure are desperate to pass off responsibility on this, aren't you? Fine, I'll be the responsible party. Someone has to look after them.
So you've finally given up, huh? I knew you'd come around eventually. You can't say no to me. Okay, so take good care of them for me. I'll see you tomorrow.
Huh? No, I'm not going to take care of them. I'm going to report this to the police.
What? The police?
I'll tell them that some woman just abandoned 5 children on my property. I'm sure they'll be along soon enough to pick the kids up. Okay, so I'm getting in the car for real now. Bye, Megan.
You actually called the police? Like, you actually called the police? Do you have any idea how much trouble I'm in right now because of you?
Nope, and I don't care very much either. It's not my problem.
Oh, sure, maybe it's not your problem, but it's all your fault. The cops called all their parents to come and pick them up. So what do you think happened after that? Their moms are all calling me and screaming their heads off at me.
Yeah, I'd get mad too if I were in their situation. They thought they were dropping off their kids for a sleepover, but ended up having to go to the police station? That would totally ruin an evening.
It isn't my fault, though. You were the one who drove away with all those kids playing around in front of your house. But everyone is mad at me instead of you. The cops and the other moms are all treating me like I'm some kind of psycho. What's going on? Why is everyone so angry at me?
Wow, you still don't think you did anything wrong?
Plus, the other moms all took their money back. Oh, this sucks. I was on my way to go shopping with the money they gave me when the police called. I thought I was going to get some alone time for the first time in forever. You ruined my perfect plan, Mary.
Wait a minute, what did you just say about money? Oh no, don't tell me you took money from them for letting their kids stay at your house.
Of course I did. What's wrong with that? You think I'm going to let all their little rugrats stay at my house for free? I gotta feed them, don't I? I'm not paying to feed someone else's kids. So I had them all give me $50 each.
Ah, now I get it. So your plan was to pocket the money that their moms gave you and push the work of actually looking after them onto me.
And that's not even the worst part. The cops told my husband about this too. He called me and said he's leaving work early and that we need to have a talk. Now he's gonna give me some stupid lecture too, I just know it. What if he wants to divorce me over this, Mary? What am I supposed to do now?
I don't know. I don't think I'm the one to ask for marriage advice, seeing as though I'm getting divorced too.
Huh? You and Keith are getting divorced?
Duh. Did you think I was gonna stay with a man who won't even protect me from his obnoxious sister? I'd rather raise this baby alone than deal with your family. I'm out.
Mary! What's the meaning of this? You're divorcing me? What are you thinking?
Do I need to spell it out for you? I'm thinking that I want to get divorced.
But why now? This is way too sudden. The baby's gonna be born soon.
That's why I need to get this done as soon as possible. I can't even stand being married to you as things are, having to raise a child together with you. Yeah, that's not happening. I want to get divorced as soon as possible.
No.
I told you, didn't I? I told you that she was being unreasonable, but did you listen to me? No, instead you insulted me. You called me lazy and told me to clean the house for her.
Well...
Did you hear the voicemail I left you yesterday? Your sociopathic sister dumped 5 little kids on our lawn and told me to look after them. The police got involved in everything, but you didn't care in the least. Your only response was a text saying, quote, "Wow, that's crazy." Yeah, it is crazy. And I'd have to be crazy to stay married to a pathetic loser like you for one more second.
Wait, let's calm down, okay? Don't you think divorce is going a bit overboard? I had no idea things were this bad.
I told you things were this bad so many times.
I told you that your sister was a psycho, and I told you that I was feeling sick every day.
Yeah, but it's just, I thought you were exaggerating about Megan coming over all the time. And she told me morning sickness wasn't that bad. And I figured she'd know, having had a kid of her own and all.
I am your wife, Keith. She is your sister. You would take the word of your sister over your own wife?
Well, I mean...
I don't care what you mean. I want a divorce. Can I just point out that you have yet to say the words, "I'm sorry" to me? All you've done is make excuses.
I was going to apologize. I'll do it right now. I'm sorry, Mary. I should have been a better husband to you, and I'm gonna be better from now on. You'll see. So please don't divorce me. I've been looking forward to meeting our baby for so long.
Don't worry. You'll get to meet him during your regular visitations. But I'm not compromising on getting divorced. We're through. If you're worried about being lonely without me, though, don't be. Word on the street is that your sister is heading for divorce, too. I'm sure the two of you will be able to comfort each other during these trying times. Keith resisted the divorce at first. After a while, though, his parents got involved. They knew about everything that had happened, and they told him that the only way to make up for what he'd done to me was to divorce me on my own terms. Thanks to them, I got all the alimony and child support I asked for. As for Megan, she lost the trust of her entire group of friends over what she did. Not only that, but her husband found out that she had been leaving their son alone and going out shopping by herself while he wasn't home. So, like I said, they're in divorce proceedings right now as well. And from the sound of things, it's not looking good for her getting even shared custody. I know that it's usually best for kids to be in a home with both of their loving parents. But the past few weeks have made me realize that sometimes there are parents that kids are better off without.